Welcome back! Okay, that isn't clipping. Alright, so, today, I don't have coffee because apparently you, the camera, were about to die if I were to have coffee and, record at the same time and fuck it. But that's not what today is about. Today is about patriotism, and not because Memorial Day was recent, last week. It is because I found something that I went, oh, no. Now, as a little bit of a, here's an example, to give you an example of what I'm talking about, I don't like the people that are, yeah, America! Okay, not clipping. And I'm a person holding a Stars and Stripes Fender baseball, an American company draped in the flag. Stripes, kind of. Fuck it. And I hate the people that are, oh, America! Just, that's their only characteristic. America! And I also hate people that are, oh, you must be proper. The British people that are essentially the same thing, but don't want to go, yeah, Britain, because apparently it's a bad thing to be cheerful about something in Britain. I don't know, that's the comedy trope, at least. So, let me give a little tiny bit of backstory before I jump into this. I was in a little bit of a conversation about how someone moved from one place to another and found out their accent is just generic American accent. Just top billing, basic American accent. No drawl in it, no mouth movement that is to the side or to here, or where everything is over-pronunciated in California and like Boston and the rest of that north area, where things are just a little bit down on the mouth, just kind of drops a little, and it's like, yeah. And I've already made a video about this, and it's never going to go out because it ends up talking about certain things, and I don't know if this is, but if you're seeing this, then yeah, you're lucky. So, I wanted to find out what my accent was by general consensus of the internet, which is fairly dumb because it's the internet. They're going to say, oh, you're this and you're that and you're this and you're that and so on and so forth. But I thought, screw it, let's go for it, because the way I am speaking right now, that is very softened Scottish accent. Just, it's the central bit of Scotland that has an accent, softened, and everything else. But that's never going to be, hey, look, you're from directly here by your accent. So, I thought, hey, let's take a quiz for that, and I'll put the link to both quizzes, because I'm going to do 2 of them, in the description below. Hopefully, I think. I don't know. But it's the questions that make me go, yeah, that's a bit racist or xenophobic, or it's along those lines of, you're not doing this impartially, are you? No, you're not. You're doing this in a very, not so up there. But the first 2 questions are simple, and I'll say them right now. What is your age? 19. What is your gender? I have tiny little breasts and the junk, so I don't know if I'm man or woman. Next you will tell me I can't go to the bathroom. You bastards. Let's just put male. Fuck it. So, question 3. Again, not too far on the xenophobic or racist bit. How would you say Mary? So this is just simple pronunciation in this quiz. And I would say M-A-Y-O-R, and then the little line thing, E-Y, Mary. Maybe take out the R, but just fuck it. Just fuck it. Fuck it. So, this is where we go into question 4, and it's a little bit more along the lines of, is this racist, or is this just stereotypes, or is this just being xenophobic, or something, but... Favourite word. Now, I'm going to read all the answers out and then tell you mine. Innit, meaning isn't it. Sublime, meaning perfect. Umbrella, it's not raining. This is where it gets a little bit along the racist lines. Haggis, yes, haggis. Leprechaun, red dragon. Now, I want to quickly point out, red dragon is 2 words. Just want to quickly point that out. Leprechaun is clearly trying to say, hey look, you're Irish, you should favour leprechaun, because xenophobia and stereotypes and racial things, and here you go. Haggis is clearly, you alright, pal? It's one of those little, here is something that is stereotypical to one country, that is clearly going to be your favourite word. It's not. Sublime is my favourite word out of that list. Because, fuck you. And we go even deeper into the whole, is that racism? Is that xenophobia? Is that something? With, what music do you like? You can already tell where this is going. Hip-hop or rap? Enya? A variety, really? Classical? Red Dragon music? Okay. I didn't know that the Welsh had a fairly dragon-based type of music, but apparently they do. Apparently they're all up in Khaleesi's bits. And bagpipes. Well, you can tell where I'm going with this. Classical. What the hell? Your music is nothing to do with your accent. Yes, maybe saying motherfucker may inherently make you listen, well, not make you, but may tell that you listen to NWO's Straight Out of Compton, but what? Just what? So, we've bypassed the first couple kind of racist questions. Do these words sound the same? Question 6. We or we? No. Quite simply. And for someone who is looking at that, they might go, okay, there's no difference. There is absolutely no difference in that whole thing. there's one extra E. It's we, as in me and you, or we, as in the Scottish thing for small. Where if you go to Scotland and you hear someone say, oh, that wee jar of blah blah blah, they mean that small jar of blah blah blah. Quite simple. Very, very simple. How about these? Cough in, cough ing. No, they're not the same. And these, here and here. Not the same. Quite simply, not the same. I've already slightly taken this test and I'm giving the exact same answers. I promise. I swear to the flag. Kind of. So, this goes back to the whole, hey look, here's slight racism, or slight bits of British. And it's funny. So, question 9, because the here was A, and before that is fuck it. So, number 9. Which term would you describe someone who is weird or gross? Now, the first 3, not really that bad as far as, xenophobia goes or any particular thing, but once you get further down into about the 4th to the 6th question, you kind of go, yeah, that's a bit... So, number 1 of that is minger, which is a British word that is primarily used by, I would say, the English people more than Scotland, Wales, or Ireland, or Northern Irish people, because I've heard more people say it in England and stuff and things, and fuck it. So, minger, vulgar, that one's self-explanatory, gross, and here's where we go, okay, that's a bad thing. A bad Celtic, Irish, a bad Scot, a bad leprechaun. Gross. That... what is it with this, oh, bad Scot? What about that says that someone is weird or gross? Why not just call someone weird or gross? Quite simple. Now here we go to pointing out bits of Scotland. Does mere, M-E-R-E, rhyme with here, H-E-R-E? No. It slightly rhymes if you have an accent, kind of, and the mere, the M-E-R-E, is a Scottish thing for come here. Scotland tends to cut off little bits of the word and glue them together and makes this thing. For example, come here, mere. Very simple. And the answer is no. Does book rhyme with hook? Yes. Quite simply, it does. It's not as if what I do in my spare time, well, I say my spare time, my time outside of doing YouTube things, writing songs or anything like that, why would I need to know about rhyming? Pfft. Apples and pears and all that bollocks. Question 12. Where are you from? Now, I'll point out something that is very, very harsh to this person that made this quiz, but I'm not trying to be. But question 12. Where are you from? Britain only. Okay. England? Nope. Scotland? Yes. Ireland? Wales? No and no. And this is where I just feel like it kind of does back up my whole thing at the end that they say. Don't like in Britain. I'm pretty sure it's I don't live in Britain. Now, I know some keyboards are like, hey look, here's the @ symbol where the 2 is, and then sometimes the @ symbol is at the comma or the things. Some keyboards have different places for different things, but the K is not anywhere near the V. Just, it's not. So, don't like in Britain is a weird thing to have. And then the last is in it. Which is, isn't it? But it's, you'll get that in a minute. So, submit answers. Give that a second. And your results, Posh Totty, which is the yes kind of people that I talk about. Okay, this is going to sound like I'm saying, oh, fat shaming is a good thing when it's not. I'm just talking about the stereotype of, for example, the royal family being, here comes da 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 da, all the families, and yeah, just incest. Let's just put it that way. People that don't have chins, that are just born without any chin, no bone there, just straight in. The yes, Jeeves, the upper class British is what that is saying. Now, this is where I go a little bit off the crazy train, because it ranks your overall score, which is 81%, by each little individual place. For example, Scotland, Wales, Ireland, and then it goes for 2 for England. But England isn't England. No, England is apparently normal. England is not fucking normal. England's ruled over so many different countries and still rules over so many countries that it's unbelievable. And yeah, that. And then underneath that, it's chavvy, of which you may not know if you're from America, but chavvy usually means Britain's hicks. The people that Britain is, oh, they're so out of class and they don't have any class, and just knock the people out that just say, oh, you must have class. Just admit it. You want Britain to be white and you just know it, you xenophobic bastard. But yeah, apparently I am 14% Scottish and 14% Irish. I'm guessing the 14% Scottish is my being born in Scotland. The 14% Irish is my name, because it's spelt in the way that the Irish spell it. I'm apparently 0% Welsh, 41% Chavy. What, I wear the same amount of t-shirts every couple days. Who cares? I don't spend thousands of dollars on clothes. Fuck you if you do. And then 81% normal, of which makes up my total. Which is weird. So yeah, that was my British accent. Posh totty. The upper class people. Oh yeah, I forgot, read the little bit that it says, because this is fucking hilarious. And I don't know how long my battery has. You must have been very well brought up, or simply remember how the English language was actually meant to be spoken like. Now, I have a bit of a problem with that, considering I'm apparently posh toddy. Actually meant to be spoken like. Take out like, move the full stop over to the end of spoken, and that should be the sentence. But what do I know? I have dyslexia, and I'm apparently only 14% Scottish. So, you know. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's amazing how many people... Yeah, I'm reading that right. It's amazing how many people have forgotten this, but you haven't. So good. So good, well done, chum. Okay, that's the most British sentence I've ever read. So I have that bookmarked, I think. And let's talk about the whole... Hey, look, here's the American accent, because I don't know how long my camera has, and if it crashes in the next 5 minutes... This is totally awesome! What about Dawn and Dawn? Spell D-O-N and D-A-W-N. And that's the camera died. Bugger.